A woman sits across from psychiatrist Milton Erickson. She hasn't said what's wrong, just small talk, a piece of lint picked off her sleeve. He interrupts her. "I need to ask you something," he says. "Does your husband know about your affair?" She's stunned. She never mentioned an affair. She never would have. Erickson said her crossed legs gave it away, a posture he claimed to recognize instantly from patients before her. He built an entire career on catching details like that one. So how does someone learn to see something the rest of us walk right past? That's the skill this video is about, and it starts somewhere you wouldn't expect. Here's the strange part. Erickson wasn't born with this ability, he built it. By accident, out of the worst moment of his life. Erickson didn't start off gifted at this. At 17, he woke up paralyzed, polio. He overheard a doctor tell his mother he wouldn't survive the night. He did survive, but the paralysis spread through his entire body, including his lips. He couldn't speak, he couldn't move. All he could do for months was watch. So he watched his sisters. He noticed his sisters saying yes to their mother while her jaw tightened and her voice went flat. That contradiction stuck with him, not because he understood it yet, but because nobody else in the room seemed to notice it at all. Here's a version of that same gap you've probably lived through. You ask a coworker if they're okay with the decision made in a meeting. They say, "Sure, sounds good," but their arms are crossed, their answers get shorter, they don't quite look at you. Most of us hear, "Sounds good," relax, and move on. It's easier to believe things are fine. 3 weeks later, we're blindsided when it turns out they weren't. That's the pattern Erickson spent his entire career studying. Most people aren't lying to you, they're just trying to look competent, agreeable, in control. But keeping up that front takes effort, and effort shows. A smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, a confident voice paired with stiff shoulders. None of that proves anything by itself, but it's a signal worth noticing instead of ignoring. This matters for more than curiosity. It's the difference between hiring someone whose confidence is real versus performed. It's catching that a friend's reaction to your good news doesn't quite match their face. It's noticing tension building in a relationship weeks before the argument, instead of feeling ambushed by it later. People who never learn to look past the words tend to get surprised by things that, looking back, had been building for a while. Erickson spent the rest of his career sharpening this same skill, reading tension, breathing, posture, the things people never think to perform. He wasn't guessing, he just trained himself to notice what everyone else had learned to tune out. Next time someone tells you, "It's fine," a little too quickly, or a little too flatly, don't just take their word for it. Notice what the rest of them is saying. Here's what's worth carrying with you. People aren't lying to you. They're just speaking two languages at once. And most of us only ever learned one.